Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another reaction episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's right, my name is Fatho. Buffy, season 7 episode 6 was the last one, I believe. It was kind of a silly episode. We had a dude with a jacket that made him a magnet to women, and it got weird. That's the summary of the episode, really. It was one of those silly ones. We get those sometimes. We haven't gotten less of those as the seasons got more serious. But if there ever is any space to put those episodes in, it's usually in this realm of like episode 6, episode 7, you know? So yeah, it makes sense to me. That means that I don't really know where we're going next. We have this thing with Anya that just happened that we may develop further in the near future, of like her trying to be a person by herself, you know, not attaching herself to anything or anyone, just actually just being herself. Spike moved in with Sander. That's something to note. It didn't really go anywhere previous episode, but you know, maybe will this episode, who knows. I did just watch an episode of Angel that was also a silly one. It was basically the Buffy episode of Tabula Rasa, but again, and in LA. I did get to meet Liam though. Liam, the person who was Angel before Angel was Angel, but before was also Angelus. The first person in that timeline. Liam. I got to meet him. He kind of sucked, but sure, that's what's popping off over in Angel. Patreon, check out the Patreon link in the description below, pop up on the screen. You can support the channel and watch early Buffy episodes as well as Angel watch-alongs, so tune in for that. Buffy, season 7, episode 7, let's go. What, am I watching? Okay. Okay. This is weird. I was gonna say, I'm watching Back to the Future, but no, this just got real weird.
Night falls. I fell into
Buffy is chilling at the graveyard as usual.
the air is deep, and where were you?
Willow's attempting to read and failing. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing. This is an odd one. Buffy's out until late. Eat something. Don't make a pizza.
Here we go.
Okay. This was weird. They gave me the title of the episode, but it was also like presented like the title of a song, and they also gave me the specific date and time of what was actually occurring. And I don't know what to do with that information. I really don't. Like, that feels like to me like something's about to happen and it's gonna matter. The time and date is gonna matter, like, and where everyone was at the time is gonna really matter. Buffy was at the graveyard. Spike was drinking at the Bronze. Oh God, it's fucking them!
Gotta keep it low pro.
Why are you back?
Of course I'm scared.
Calm down. We're gonna fix all that.
What?
We should have stayed in Mexico.
What are you fuckers
I
doing?
didn't like it there. Everybody spoke Mexico, and
I
Spanish.
learned it. I learned the entire Klingon dictionary in 2.5 weeks.
that had much clearer transitive and intransitive rules, okay?
¿Qué pedazo de puta que es este tipo? Dios. What if I did this entire episode in Spanish? From the,
It's you starting with your bottom.
okay, so Jonathan just said "From beneath you it devours." He also got the warning in Mexico. Shit. Okay. Interesting. If I did this entire episode in Spanish, that would be fucking funny. It would be the worst video on my channel, but it would be funny.
Anchovies, you're so delicious. I love you more than all the other fishes. Oh, she'll think it's blood.
Oh my god.
Taste my blaze, spawn of evil.
Oh my god. Don! You can't wreck the house like this! This is what teenagers do at night when they're alone. Eat pizza, shoot crossbows. They give you like
UC library.
basically where everyone is and what everyone is doing, and they haven't
big.
moved, so... Wait, she's dead.
I know.
Okay,
it's
conversations
kinda
with dead
weird,
people.
Because we never really met.
Or kind of weird because you're really dead.
Yeah, well.
Okay, are the barriers between the afterlife and the real world opening? Souls are crawling back here.
She asked that I come talk to you. It's important. She says she still sings. She says even though you can't hear it, she still sings to you.
Tara?
Oh, come
on,
Okay.
she's so dead. Well, there's not Tom Hanks. What channel are you on? Okay, there it is again.
My guess is that it's like Jonathan and Andrew doing some bullshit, but
No, I can't tell.
if it's from, is it from the Need You? No, it's from outside.
Kid!
Okay, so she was talking to Kid. There's a ghost! There's a ghost doing shit! Okay. I'm glad that it caught on under the fact that they were showing me where everyone was at what time. Because it seems like that's gonna matter. Because everyone is staying in the place that they were at.
Buffy? Buffy Summers?
Have we?
Who's this guy?
Holden Webster. We
Don't
went to
remember.
school together. European history. You really don't remember me?
Sure.
Does he have a soul? Now, again, are the souls coming back here? Is that what's happening? You're gonna start a fire, girl. Oh my god, she's wrecking the whole house. The Mexican music is funny, dude.
Dawn.
Oh, that's Joyce. That's Joyce's voice.
Mom?
Conversations with that people.
Yes, of course. History class. It's all coming back. Sorry.
She doesn't remember. So we're just
What have you
chilling?
been up to?
Well, apparently dying. You know, majoring in psych, really liking that. Took a year off to do an internship at the Sunnydale Mental Hospital. Hey, you remember Jason Wheeler? You know, Crazy Jay?
Oh, yeah. How is he?
Crazy. He's been in the chronic ward since graduation. So I'm a vampire. Feels great. Like I'm connected to a powerful, all-consuming evil that's gonna suck the world into a fiery oblivion. How about you?
Not so much connected.
No, I mean, you know, with a stake and the cross, you fight vampires professionally? Or...
I don't get paid. It's more like a calling.
Yeah.
Since even in school.
I heard a lot of rumors about you back then. You were all mysterious.
Yeah, people were dying left and right every day.
A lot of kids thought you were dating some really old guy, or that you were just heavy
True.
religious. Scott Hope said you were gay. He says that about every girl he breaks up with. And then, last year, big surprise, he comes out. So, all that time, you were a slayer. The, like, as in the only one?
Pretty much.
Huh? So, when you said not connected, that was kind of a telling statement, wasn't it?
Psych 101 alert.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm connected to a lot of people, okay? I really am.
We're just chilling, and we don't hear the calls of danger. The calls of help.
Do it again! I heard you!
I saw Joyce in the back. Holy shit. And now she's got... I'm glad I saw her, because I didn't for a second. I just saw a glimpse of it, and she was dead in that dead pose that she was dead at. Oh god. What are we doing? What is this?
Once for yes, twice for no. Mom? It's you? Are you okay?
Boom, boom.
You're not. Are you alone?
What are these fucking idiots doing? Maybe they came back to the school because they heard the warning and they're like, okay, hell's gonna open, so we gotta do something about. They're trying to be superheroes. Is that it? I think they're in the. Yeah, they're in the school. They know that something's popping.
Just tell her what we know about the seal of Danzelsaur.
We got her empty-handed, we'll be cooling our heels in the clink in a bell's microsecond.
I ain't going back to the big house. That place changes a man.
That's why we need proof. Check communications?
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check.
Check, check.
Check,
Check, check.
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 Okay.
Nice job.
Oh god. Does he have a gun?
There you are. Scared out of my freaking gourd here.
Well, calm down. You're doing great. All specs are within parameters.
You keep leaving me. I
Interesting.
hate it when you leave me. Do you think maybe Willow could kill me too?
Hey, don't worry. If Short Round pulls off his end of the bargain, we'll both become gods.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
Stop with this dumbass references.
No, I was just going with it. No, he's our last hope.
Okay, Andrew is acting as a double agent, or maybe he's acting as a. Well, I don't know. I don't know what side Andrew's on. He could be playing anyone, so we'll see.
You killed people. You can't see her.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But she's talking to you. She can hear me. Tara, I miss you so much.
She misses you too. She wishes she could touch you.
Me too.
Cassie acting as the weird medium between two lesbians across realms.
Every day, it's like this giant hole, and it's not getting bigger.
Cassie's like
It
16.
will.
Like,
It can.
okay.
You're strong. Like an Amazon, remember?
Cassie said things will get better, so that's a good thing. She can see the future, so... Oh, what's gonna happen with Spike here?
My parents weren't exactly the paragon of stay-togetheriness. Maybe that's part of it.
They're literally just doing a psychology session here.
It's different. I think you're confusing me because you're evil.
I just think you're in some pain here, which I do kind of enjoy because I'm evil now. You should just ease up on yourself. It's not exactly
That's
like
so
you have
funny.
a patent on bad relationships. What are you supposed to be settling down already at 21?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my girlfriend at college, she's
Y'all are children. I keep saying that.
fire just so we can be together forever.
Sire. When you turn a human into a vampire, it's you, sire. Them. It's a noun, too.
Oh, I have so much to learn. Come on, isn't this insane? I mean, I was afraid to talk to you in high school, and now we're like mortal enemies.
And we are just chilling.
We're gonna have to fight to the death, aren't we? And oh, it's nothing personal.
Oh, no, I mean, you've been great.
Fun catching up. I haven't really kept in contact with many of my friends from high school. Guess I'll be looking them up pretty soon.
You're not leaving this graveyard. Can't let you.
Did the word superiority complex mean anything to you?
You think I'm gonna let you go kill a bunch of people? You know I'm sworn to...
No, I get the battle against evil. That's not the issue.
There is no issue. Don't issue me.
Just answer me this. Whose fault was your parents' divorce?
Oh my god.
What do my parents have to do with...
I'm just curious. Your opinion.
They're just sitting down again.
My dad.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think he cheated.
So, of all of these relationships of yours that you knew subconsciously were totally doomed, is it possible
That she has
even
like
a
trust
little bit,
issues on some
reason
level
you have trouble connecting to guys
because you don't let them in.
because you think maybe they're not worth it?
Oh, superiority actually. That's how he
You think
arrived
you're
there.
better? Clearly, you were in your own little world in high school, all chosen, all destiny. Who could live with that for 7 years and not feel superior?
That's a point.
I'm not. My God, if anything, if you knew what I've done.
Buffy, I'm here to kill you, not to judge you.
The last guy I was with got really... I behaved like a monster.
So did he.
And at the same time, I let him completely take me over. Do things to me that... I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with you. Everyone's got issues.
That's like the craziest and most effective strategy we've had with a vampire. It's just like, I'm gonna lure you into a therapy sessions for 2 hours, and then when you break down, I'm gonna hit you.
I think I'm gonna kill you just a little bit more than usual.
We had a moment. You opened up. It made me want to bite you. I'm sorry if I overstepped my bounds. I'm just new to this
Oh my
whole
God.
mortal enemy stuff.
Now he just sounds like a Reddit user. Now he sounds like every like cheater on the internet talking about over-simping boundaries and shit, and it's all justification for being a piece of shit.
Are you hurting my mother? Are you keeping her from coming back to me?
It's crazy.
Mom, I'm coming towards you, okay?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Get out!
No!
Seeing the high school again. Part of me wishes I could go back. We circled all the way around? Maybe we should start over.
There it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Warren's luring them. And only Andrew can see him. Can they control who they... I mean, I'm trying to find out the rules on something that is like mystique.
Under there.
See? You're dead.
Okay, but are you killing me because I'm evil or because you opened up?
Still trying to get a last hit in, and he succeeded.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I got no worries. I'm dead. Biggest thing on my mind is whether or not Trisha Waldman came to my funeral or not. You remember her. Oh, biteable.
See, this is what I hate about you vampires. Sex and death and love and pain, it's all the same damn thing to you.
Oh my God. Well, you know, not my God, because I defy him and all of his works. Does he exist? Is there word on that, by the way?
Nothing solid.
I did kind of go to heaven, so maybe?
Your last relationship, was it with a vampire?
Yes. Unfortunately. Okay, he's hanging out with a
I don't know
woman.
where to start. It was horrible. I lost myself.
You were grieving.
I'm hoping to like see Tower in like a reflection or something.
It was the power.
I am the power. It's in me.
Power is bigger than you are. We can see your path, and you have to stop.
Okay.
You can't use magic again, not ever. It's too dangerous. You can't take the chance that you'll lose control.
I mean, there is a chance that none of this are the people that we're talking to. This is all like some demon puppeting these visions.
She says, you're gonna kill everybody.
Oh boy. I mean, that makes me think that that's not real. But that very much could have happened at the end of season 6. So there's some credibility to that claim.
We almost got this thing uncovered. I hope Buffy will know how to destroy it. 361927. That's it. That was my locker combination. It's been bugging me all night.
The last few years trying to forget about high school. Why are you trying so hard to remember it?
I guess I miss it. Time goes by and everything drops away. All the cruelty, all the pain, all the humiliation.
One of them has moved on, the other one hasn't.
I miss my friends. I miss the people I talk to every day. I miss the people who never knew I existed.
They're about to kill Jonathan.
I want to talk to them, you know?
Oh boy.
They don't want to talk to you. Not one of them cares about you.
Oh boy.
Well, I still care about them. That's why I'm here.
That's a Satan gate. That couldn't be more satanic looking if I tried to design it.
I will cast you out. And the joke is, he really did care for me. But I didn't want to be loved. I wanted to hurt like I thought I deserved. You know, this is, complicated. If you'd rather just fight,
Tell me.
I feel like I'm worse than anyone. Honestly, I'm beneath them. I feel like I'm not worthy of their love. Even though they love me, it doesn't mean anything because their opinions don't matter. They're not the Slayer. I am. I feel like I'm better than them.
And that's what you hate about yourself.
You do have a superiority complex, and you've got an inferiority complex about it. Kudos.
I mean, I kind of get it.
It makes every kind of sense.
Yeah.
And it all adds up to you feeling alone. But Buffy, everybody feels alone. Everybody is, until you die. Speaking of, you ready for a little death match?
I suppose. Thanks for listening.
Oh, you know, there's some things you can only tell a stranger.
You're not a stranger. With that stuff with Spike, it's pretty...
Hold it. Did you say Spike?
Okay. You know something about Spike. This house is fucking wrecked. I think Dawn is just saying words. I really don't know what's happening in this house. Okay? Man, I just want Dawn to be happy. Is that too difficult to ask? Hi, Joyce. Why are you here? Did she beat the demon? Was there a demon?
Mom?
That's why I came. We needed to warn you. You don't want to know what we saw. But if you stop...
Right, stop.
If you do so much as another spell...
I tried to stop.
That tells me that there's one spell that is fated to happen tonight. And she's gonna do it.
I'm not strong. I'm not an Amazon.
There is one thing you could do to stop it.
Okay, this sounds like
You
a
could see her.
this sounds like a trap now. This sounds like manipulation.
Isn't it?
Of course.
So go.
Kill yourself now.
It's not that bad.
I mean, this sounds like bullshit. Cassie wouldn't have said that. Cassie has so much lust for life.
Who are you?
Cassie wanted to live. Cassie would never say that.
Ow. He was the guy that sired me.
Okay. So he is back to just being a vampire. And what's happening here?
Things are coming, Dawn. I love you and I love Buffy, but she won't be there for you.
What?
That sounds
Why
bad.
are you?
When it's bad, Buffy won't choose you. She'll be against you.
She literally did though before. She did though.
No, don't go.
She killed herself to save her. Okay. And now... Yeah.
Suicide thing was too far, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me who you are.
You're the
I
face
stand
stealer.
by my opinion. I can see it now. Candlelight, the Indigo Girls playing, picture of your dead.
I think we're
girlfriend
talking
and
to
your
Satan
bloody
right
laugh.
now.
Stop it.
Oh, baby, you left such a big hole. It hurts so bad. You don't know hurt. This last year is gonna seem like cake after what I put you and your friends through, and I am not a fan of easy death. Fact is, the whole good versus evil balancing the scales thing, I'm over it. I'm done with the mortal coil. But believe me, I'm going for a big finish.
Oh boy.
You it devours.
Oh, not it. Me.
That looked freaky as hell. I loved it. The way her face like D-shaped into nothingness. Oh my god, Jonathan's the blood sacrifice to open this or some bullshit like that. This feels like all the players are in the right place kind of situation. Well, everything's going to shit. Okay. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. Okay, so we have to say goodbye to Jonathan and we have to say hi to Satan. Okay, I like how immediately you can tell that the episode is going to be important because the format was off. You know, they gave me the title of the episode, they gave me the date and the time, and that might be important, I don't know. But just the fact that they decided to do that felt, and they started with a musical moment also, just like music, you know, just music, like the episode had a soundtrack, you know? And that felt a little bit important, and it was. And the episode felt like an almost quintessential Buffy episode because it was dramatic, it was important, it had reoccurring stuff from the past, it referenced a lot of stuff from the past that if you had been paying attention you will keep track of it, but it was also just like goofy as hell sometimes, and it literally had everything that Buffy usually does. It was a good one. I liked it. So okay, here's what's happening. It was also a very weird episode because it didn't run like a usual Buffy episode. A usual Buffy episode is like some bullshit happens, we hear about it, we investigate, we deal with the bullshit, and then at the end we have some kind of resolution. This episode was just like everybody is doing one thing and we get to see what that thing is as it goes on, and then the episode just ends. And it leaves you with this like ominous sour taste because, okay, so what happened? Buffy is chilling at the graveyard. She's on patrol like she usually is. Every goddamn episode sounds like this. A guy rises up. That guy is a former high school classmate of Buffy. He's just there. He's chilling. And they have a very interesting heart-to-heart conversation. For a second, it kind of made me feel like souls are coming back to the mortal place because we saw several souls in this episode, like people just hanging out, ghosts and shit. No, it's something different. And it is something that halfway into the episode I thought. And I think that is what happened. I'll come back to this. But this guy shows up and that guy is just a former classmate and they talk to each other. They didn't know each other very well, but it's that specific type of familiarity that you have with someone of like, I kind of know who you are, but we didn't really share moments. So I don't really have that connection or attachment, but there is a lingering small tangential connection there. Enough for you to be like, oh, okay, what have you been doing? You know, like catching up. Like I didn't really talk with most of the people that I went to high school with, but it is one of those things where like I would see that person and I'd be like, oh, okay, okay, that person's still there. What are they doing? You know, I had a call with a friend like last year or something, and it's a friend that I keep in touch with. Like, we were discussing someone that we went to primary school with, and we were like, I wonder what she's doing, because like she was hired to do some modeling like at a very young age, because she was very pretty. She had like very clear eyes, which is weird where I live. So that she had like she had like a picture of her in like a store in some place in the town. Like, she was like the model for it, and it was like crazy. I remember it. So we were like, I wonder what she's up to these days. And then we looked her up, and she's doing some crypto scam bullshit in Instagram. And I'm like, okay, sure. So that was a little funny, but it was this thing of like, that was a person that I didn't really interact with, but it still lingers in your head on some degree. So you're kind of having this moment of like, let's see what's going on with you. So that is enough for this person and Buffy to just chat. I think his name was like Holden. So they're just chatting, they're hanging out, and it's funny because like he had the greatest plan to like fight the Slayer that any vampire has had, and he like improvised it, because it's like, I am going to lure you into talking to me about your problems, having like a full-on therapy session, and then like 2 hours later, like when after you've gone through like all this like internal like turmoil because you keep finding stuff out about yourself and thinking about your life, you are gonna break down crying, and then I'm gonna beat you to death. Like, it's such a good plan, and it's so funny because like it happened, and then they fought, and then Buffy's like, okay, see, I could kill you, and it's like, well, she didn't. She stopped right before it. So, you know, he already has a point of like, you know, but then they come back to it. Then they kept talking, and Buffy actually said a lot of character stuff in, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm gonna have to talk about character stuff. I'll come back to this later. So, okay, they have this very heart-to-heart like understanding of like Buffy Summers as a person, as a character, someone that lives in this world. Like, what is she feeling? Where does any of that come from? She had a therapy session on screen, and then she killed a guy, and that was cool. But in doing so, she found out that that guy was sired, word that he learned today, by Spike. Cut to Spike. Spike is the one that we didn't really get to see much in this episode, but he was there. He was hanging out at the Bronze, he was drinking, he was chilling, and then we got to see how he is maybe moving on by meeting some woman, and maybe they're gonna hang out together, you know? And then we get to see that he eats her, he devours her. So, okay, Spike is back to just being a vampire, doing vampire things now. That's interesting. He has the chip. Or does he? Maybe he doesn't have the chip anymore. Maybe when he got turned human, the chip was also taken somehow. Or maybe the chip doesn't work if you're not a vampire. Maybe if you're a person with... But like, his biology didn't change. Only his soul came back to his body, which is something like ethereal. Or maybe because Spike is Catholic now. Maybe because Spike enjoys the self-flagellation and suffering of it. Maybe he just eats people and he hurts, but he likes that he hurts, so he doubles down. He gets sustenance and he gets to feel pain. Okay. There's also maybe a parallel to draw there between Spike and Buffy. We'll come back to this later. Alright. In a different realm, what's happening is that Willow is hanging out at the library. She is having a hard time getting into the books because she's thinking about other shit. And then she sees Cassie. Cassie, the girl who died a couple episodes ago, and she comes back and she's like, hey, you know, I've been talking to Tara. She sent me to talk to you, and she says all these stuff, and she says all these things that only someone who was there would know, you know? And Cassie says all these things in such a way in which it sounds like, okay, so that is Tara. Tara is talking through Cassie. That's kind of cool. And she gives some kind of plausible reason as to why you couldn't see Tara. And it's like, well, because you killed people, you did some evil shit, you can't see Tara. Tara's too good for you now. Something like that. They didn't say that, but something along those lines is something that maybe you can infer, because Willow crossed certain lines, now she can't see Tara anymore. Like some kind of punishment or something. Okay, sure. And then they start talking through Cassie, and Cassie at some point starts to pivot in the conversation into, I need you to do stuff for me, and the stuff you need to do is to never do magic again, you know? And she doesn't say for me, she says, we can see what's gonna happen, and we came here to warn you because you're gonna kill everybody if you do magic, so you can never do magic again, actually. Never do magic ever again in your life. And then Willow is like, I'm not strong enough, I'm gonna have to at some point because, you know, It's part of my life. It's part of who I am. So at some point, I'm gonna somehow make a mistake. And then Cassie is like, well, I got a solution for you. And I have to say, it is a solution that I thought about also, but I didn't suggest it because I'm not crazy like that. And it's, why don't you just kill yourself? Like, she really hit her with the low tier god. She was like, kill yourself now. But in that moment, I was like that. I mean, a little bit before that even, I felt already suspicious, but in that moment it became clear that that was not Cassie. That was someone else using the visage of Cassie and the idea of Tara in order to get something out of Willow, which is like when they started demanding her, like, don't use spells anymore. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. When they said, if you even use one more spell, everyone's gonna die, I'm like, that sounds like bullshit. You know, it could be some fate stuff. I can see that happening too, but it sounds like you want something out of me. And then that is exactly what it was. And I knew exactly, like, it became so clear to me because in that moment when Cassie said, what was it, like, it's not so bad here, you know, it's like you just go to sleep and then you just hang out. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Like, that's not Cassie. Because I knew Cassie. I remember Cassie, and it was like a big deal. It was like the main deal of her character. Cassie wanted to live. Cassie wanted to live so badly. She just knew that she was going to die, and she didn't want to die. But she knew that it was fate. She knew that it was going to happen, but that doesn't mean that she liked that. It doesn't matter that she wanted that. She just kept saying it as a fact, but she also broke down crying, and she was like, I don't want that. I want to stay around. I want to have a life. And she didn't get to. So the fact that this version of Cassie, quote unquote, shows up, and it's like, you know, dying is kind of cool. I'm like, that's just fucking bullshit. My Cassie would never say that. My Cassie would want you to live so bad. That was like her whole deal. And I like that Willow knew that also immediately. Like, who are you? Like, you're not Cassie. And it seems like that might have been Satan. Like, straight up. And it is one of those things where, like, over the years with the show, because this show has always had this, like, undercurrent of, like, religion, you know, Christianity on some level, because we have demons, we have a heaven, we have a crosses and they work, like all of these stuff. We have a hell mouth to hell, you know, and hell is real. There's dimensions of hell or whatever. Like, the specifics of how any of that works are like kept vague, because if you try really hard to make it like consistently clear, like if you keep adding details, it's gonna get really hard to keep actual making sense. You're gonna contradict yourself at some point. So keeping it vague is better. Like, we have Willow talking to like Greek gods and shit when she does spells. So that's like, how do those work in the some realm? And it's like, don't worry about it. Just some things work, some things don't, but it's fine. But because Buffy has had this like Christianity kind of undercurrent to it, because we have all of these things that are, you know, demons and shit and hell, and like, okay, this all comes from somewhere. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like over time, I was looking at it and I was like, is Satan gonna show up, like straight up full ass Satan at some point? Like, because like, if we are dipping our toes into this realm, how long until we get to the final boss? You know, like, is that part of the mythos of the world? And I think that it might be. And the reason why I think that might have been Satan is, one, because it said from the New Year the Powers, and it's like, well, not it, me. And also it talked in a way in which it was like, you know, I'm done with all that like good versus evil shit. Like, I'm done with that shit. I'm just destroying the mortal realm. Like, it's fine. It's gonna go with a bang. Like, it spoke with authority. It spoke with like it knows things, and it knew things. Like, it knew about Tara, and it knew exactly what to say in order to get to Willow. So, and like, again, the reason why it got in is because it had that information to use against Willow. And then it was like, oh, right, okay, it didn't work because, you know, I kind of pushed it a little hard with the kill yourself bit, but it's fine. Like, it's this thing of like, it spoke with this sense of like, I know what I'm doing and I don't give a fuck. Like I am someone with power and authority, and I'm doing stuff, and I'm gonna do stuff, and fucking get ready for that shit. And the second reason why I think it might be Satan is because of Jonathan. Final storyline that we're following in this episode is that Jonathan and Andrew came back to Sunnydale, and I want to say something immediately. I never liked Andrew. You can go back. I always said I like Jonathan a little bit. He was on some weirdo shit like a couple seasons ago with the superstar bit in something that I don't think the writers consider, but it was creepy. But in general, Jonathan was a cool guy. He was a cool character. The first time we see him, he's trying to kill himself, which is sad. And then over time, his storyline becomes one of like, he wants to be liked, he wants friends, and then he makes friends, but his friends suck, they're bad people, and then Jonathan wants to get away from that, but he can't, he's too involved, and so he helps Buffy, but and ultimately he runs away because he's scared, right? Jonathan is scared. When I saw Andrew, I was like, I hate this fucking dude, and the reason why is because, again, that exact moment when after they kill Katrina, Warren is like, don't worry, like, we got away with it, like, hell yeah, we don't have to give a fuck anymore. Jonathan was like, that was bad, I don't want to get involved with that. And not only that, but he felt bad. And Andrew was like, we got away with it, that's kind of cool. That's some psycho shit, that's some zero empathy type shit, you know? Okay, no, the zero empathy guy is Warren. Andrew is the self-centered guy, because Andrew only ever cared about his own safety. He is not thinking we just killed a person. He's like, oh God, we're gonna get punished for it. And when he saw that he got away with it, he was like, oh, thank God. It's kind of awesome, dude. And it's like, what are you talking? Like, that's horrible. That made me hate Andrew more than Warren. Because, like, Warren is a psycho, but Warren, like, I almost give you a pass for having, like, an empathy deficit, you know? Just, like, not give you a pass because I fucking hate Warren, but it was this thing of, like, Warren to me seemed like somebody who was so clearly, like, a fucked up person that when he went full evil, I didn't really bat an eye. I'm just like, yeah, that guy always sucked, you know? Of course he sucks. He doesn't care about anything. But with Andrew, it was like he only cares about himself. And so whenever faced with like horrible things happening around him, the only thing he cares about is his own safety. And that I was like, fuck you. Go fuck yourself, Andrew. And it is on record. You can go back to every goddamn Buffy video with Jonathan and Andrew, and you'll hear me say, I don't like Andrew. Fuck Andrew. Like, I hated Andrew more than I hated Warren a little bit, you know? And at the end of the season, it felt like a little bit like maybe we were going to come around on that. And then this episode, the continuation of the saga, and the final episode of the saga of at least Jonathan, we did it. Andrew just doubled down. He's an even more horrible person. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt when he was, you know, having that moment with Warren, and I'm like, oh, maybe maybe Andrew's playing like the triple agent. No, he was just a double agent. I guess no, he was a secret agent. Double agent is when double cross somebody, and a triple agent is when to triple cross somebody. So I guess he was just a bad agent. Fuck Andrew. And so, okay, Jonathan and Andrew heard some shit in Mexico that some bullshit was gonna go down in Sunnydale at the Hellmouth. So they decided to come back to Sunnydale in order to help. In trying to help Jonathan, and like, I feel really bad now. Like, Jonathan's kind of cool. Like, if they really just brought Jonathan back to kill him just to make you feel bad. Just to up the stakes in a way in which we didn't kill like a permanent cast member. We killed a reoccurring character that maybe you kind of cared about, which is Jonathan. And yeah, it kind of sucks because Jonathan was cool. So, okay, Jonathan and Andrew came back to do something to save Sunnydale. They wanted to also be liked by their peers, by the Buffy gang. They wanted to hang out with them, and they were worried about that too. Like, they were like, you think they're gonna take us in, you know? But ultimately, Jonathan came back because Jonathan was like, I want to do something good. I'm gonna stop this from happening. I'm gonna save the world. And he actually tried. Like, he really, really did try. And like, he didn't want to come back, but he did because he wanted to do something good. He wanted to save the world. He wanted to save Sunnydale. He wanted to stop hell from opening or whatever. So they found the mouth to hell. There's like a sewer grate really to hell. And the reason why I think it's Satan is because it just has Satan's face on it. It really does. It's like I go that the horns and the pentagram is just like, all right, that's like the most satanic ass prop that I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I couldn't make it more satanic looking if I tried. So, okay. they come back and they go to school and they go down underneath the principal's office and they go and they find it. And the plan, I don't know what the plan was, but the plan was to stop whatever was going to happen from happening. And it seems like in doing so, we caused it. That is my assumption. We didn't get a confirmation on that, but that is what I maybe think, because Jonathan died over that pentagram. Warren, the ghost of evil Warren, that maybe was Warren, maybe was just Satan, maybe it was both. Because that's the other thing that I'm thinking. That's my other theory in the episode. But before I go into that, Andrew sided with dead-ass Warren because Warren appeared to Andrew, and it seems like he appeared to Andrew back in Mexico and got Andrew to do this. And in doing so, lured them here. And then when they were over the pentagram, the satanic ass pentagram, Andrew just stabbed Jonathan, and Jonathan just died over it. And I'm thinking that Jonathan's going to become a blood sacrifice, a life sacrifice over the Hellmouth. And that sucks. I don't want to hear anybody say like, oh, Andrew did that because he was just so in love with Warren and that's kind of endearing. It's like, oh, fuck yourself. Andrew sucks. I hope he dies. but like, yeah, he killed my boy. He killed Jonathan. He held him over the pentagram. And I think that is an indicator of bad things to come. And I knew that Jonathan was going to die like scenes before it happened, because we had that scene, and it was a very good scene in which Jonathan was talking about how he missed this place, you know, he missed school. He was trying to remember everything. He was trying to remember his locker combination because he kept trying to think back to his days in school. And Andrew's like, I don't know what you want to remember. School sucked. We were nerds. And Jonathan's like, you know, I kind of miss it because, you know, life moves on and things change. But you kind of miss, you know, the people that you would see every day. You know, you kind of miss your friends. You miss your enemies even. You miss all of it. You know, there is some nostalgia for the life that you've lived at some point. And I knew that in that moment knew that Andrew he wasn't a secret agent. I mean, he was a secret agent against Jonathan. He wasn't going to turn on Warren. He was going to turn on Jonathan, because Andrew was like, no, fuck that. I want to forget. Like, in that moment, I was like, Jonathan has ascended to the state of Bodhisattva. He has reached a state of perfect contentment with his life. He looks back on it. He thinks he's okay. He's made his peace, and he kind of looks back on it fondly. Meanwhile, Andrew is a bitch, and Andrew's just like, fuck that. I hate everything and everyone. It was all bad, so I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm like, okay, I see who the good one is and who the bad one is. So in that moment, I knew what was coming. And it was this moment in which I said it when Jonathan said, I miss everyone. And there was the scoring of the moment of that scene, the music. It was like heartfelt music. And I'm like, Jonathan's so dead. Jonathan's gonna fucking die. And then Andrew said, they're not gonna miss you, you know? They don't miss you. Those people, they don't care about you. And then Jonathan said, well, I care about them. And in that moment, I'm like, Jonathan is dead. Jonathan couldn't be more dead if I tried. Like, I couldn't write a character dying any harder. He basically looked into the camera and said, I'm 2 weeks away from retirement and I'm getting married tomorrow. Like, oh my God, like, Jonathan could be more dead. But it made me feel bad. It made me feel so bad because I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming. And at the same time, I was like, oh, that's really nice. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no. Like, I saw, like, in that moment, I felt like I was looking at a puppy and a truck was coming. And I'm like, no, Jonathan, no, don't say that, man. Oh no. And then it happened. And I knew it was happening and it still felt like shit. Fuck. Okay. This was a good episode. Like, I don't get worked up over episodes that I don't feel are really good because I get invested in them, you know? But this was good. That was a good ass episode. So that's basically what happened in the episode on like every angle, because we have like 4 storylines that we followed. I have to say, the visual of Cassie's face contorting and then just folding in on itself until it disappeared like fucking Vanilla Ice. If you get that reference, shout out to you. If you don't, you're gonna think what I said was real weird. But the visual looks so creepy. And there was a lot. I forgot about the 5th storyline, actually. Oh my God, I went all over the place. I forgot about the one that, like, a lot of shit happened, and it was Dawn. So Dawn was hanging out at home. She was just chilling. She was just watching movies, talking to Kid on the telephone. She was eating pizza with sardines, anchovies. I don't know what it was, but some kind of fish. She was shooting crossbows and shit into walls. I don't know. Dawn was up to some Dawn shit. Then things got weird. There was some loud thumping. Maybe Mom showed up. I think Mom showed up, and we got to see her like dead body in some very creepy scenes. They look creepy as hell. I like them. And then there maybe there was some beast in there that was attacking Joyce. That maybe Dawn vanished or not. I don't know. She banished it. I don't know what happened there. There was just a lot of noise, a lot of screaming, a lot of words being said, a lot of shadows and lighting, and then blood, and then the blood went away. And then the ghost of Joyce showed up and she said something that I don't know if I believe. Because it looked like angelic ass Joyce. And she was like, Buffy's not going to choose you, when it comes down to it, she's going to go against you. And maybe that's something that's going to be recontextualized and be better when it happens. But maybe that was just a lie. That was one of the many lies like we saw with Cassie. Because what I'm thinking is that this episode happened basically because Satan willed it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if we're dealing with dead ass Satan, if we're dealing with the Dark Lord himself, then we have to assume that he has a lot of power, control, and knowledge to do whatever the fuck he wants. He knew about the shit with Tara and Willow, and he tried to manipulate Willow into taking herself out of the board. And the only reason why it didn't work is because he pushed a little too far on it. But if he hadn't said kill yourself, I think it would have worked. So he could have manipulated Willow into just fucking falling apart. And that's what is there to say that he didn't do that also with other people. I'm thinking that the reason why Holden rose back from the grave in the moment in which he did was in order to deal the maximum psychological damage to Buffy Summers that he could possibly do. That could be the case. That was very opportune that happened at that moment. And also so that Buffy wouldn't be available when Dawn called her for help, because Dawn was actually dealing with some kind of dark demon or something. And also hear Joyce's message that was very ominous and very bad, and it's certain to cause distrust in the future. Cool. And also so that whatever happened with Jonathan and Andrew, like, nobody would know anything. Like, it would just happen and it would be bad and nobody would stop it. And also so that she would find out that Spike is eating people again. And that's gonna come back for sure. And maybe influence Spike into eating people again. That could happen. Like so many things are moving in a way in which to me feels like we're setting pieces on a board, which is what I felt at the beginning of this episode, because they told me the title of the episode, the day, and the time. It was like November 12th, 8:01 p.m., something like that. And in my head, because I overthink everything, I immediately thought like, oh, this is gonna matter. Because I love time travel stories. Like, I love whenever there is like a specific thing at a specific time and you have to keep that in mind because it's gonna matter, Like, I love that shit. So in my head, that's immediately what I thought. I'm like, okay, this is an event that's gonna matter, and we're seeing where everyone is located and what they're doing. And that means that I'm also keeping track of what micro movements are being done in terms of like how everyone feels, what they know, and what future problems are going to arise as a result of this. And I foresee several. I see several of them coming up. Jesus. Like, okay, I'm out of breath because I just went through everything that happened in it. And I'm wondering where it goes, I suppose. Okay, so I was just skimming through the episode and I saw one frame of one of the very small frames that we get to see of what Dawn was seeing, what the lights were coming in and out. And it's Joyce on the couch. She is looking back at Dawn, screaming and reaching for her, while a shadowy figure is over her, seemingly maybe trying to choke her. And this figure, I mean, it's clearly a dude in a costume, but the costume is all black, is a black skin suit. And it also has like arms on its back that are like grabbing its own shoulder. It looks weird as hell. It looks creepy as hell. I want to try to get a better view on it. A better look at it. Okay, it disappeared at one point and Joyce is just left there. You don't get a good look at it, I don't think, unfortunately. It has fucked up teeth. I'm looking at it. I mean, it's just a demon-ass demon. There's nothing I can do with that information, but I looked at it. I'm trying to think about what else to say about this episode, because like, I feel like this episode just opened a lot of things for, like, a lot of things, but I don't know where to go with that. I guess let's talk about Buffy Summers character analysis a little bit, because we got a lot of that. We had a therapy session on camera. That was nice. Okay, the short version of it. The conclusion was that Buffy has a superiority and inferiority complex at the same time. And Buffy was like, it doesn't make sense. And then Holding was like, no, it makes sense, actually. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, I know exactly what it's like. Because, like, Buffy looks down on other people because she's a superhero, basically. She has, like, so much power. And she is a little bit full of herself sometimes. For sure. And she also sees how people can be messy, how people can have their shortcomings. And she can look at them and be like, why would you do that? And it certainly also maybe comes from a place of, like, there is that mention of, like, my parents got divorced. Why did they get divorced? And it's just like, well, my dad, I think he cheated on my mom. I don't know. So she's making that assumption. She doesn't trust them. And then we are delving deeper into the conversation of, like, well, what is your relationship like with men? And it's like, well, do you think you're better than them? Do you think that they're just not good enough? As a result of, like, the figure that you're supposed to look at when you're growing up, he turned out to not be great. And he continues to not be great. Like, Joyce died and he never replied to their messages. He just vanished. Fuck my daughters, whatever they're doing, I don't care. Like, that guy sucked. Do you think that they're just not good? They're just never gonna be good enough? But then something that I also mentioned, and I think something that came back later, is that you can have trust issues, like, straight up. Like, if you have people in your life that are iconic figures that are meant to be a part of you and your understanding of the world, if you realize that you can't trust them because he cheated, like, he's not to be trusted, then what does that spell for the future of your life? Like, it absolutely fucks you up. I can tell you that for sure. It fucks you up. And the way you relate to other people in the world. And that is something that takes a lot of time and effort and introspection in order to realize how much that affects you and how much, like, in the way you interface with other people. I absolutely believe that Buffy does have, like, trust issues, and she doesn't allow herself to fully open up to people because of it. Buffy wants things, but at the same time, she doesn't have it in her in order to allow herself to be a part of those things that she wants. And then at the same time, she has a cocktail of bullshit that she has to deal with in the fact that she is a Slayer. She's all powerful, she has to fight and kill every day, and on some level, you do maybe kind of feel superior about that, I suppose, because it's like every day you fight to the death and every day you win. Every day you're overpowering other people, and so every day you have to feel like you're on top of someone else. And even if that is not something that is a thought to be entertained in any active capacity, that has to linger on some level. On some level, deep within your psyche, that has to linger on a feeling. So I'm looking at Buffy and I'm like, I fully believe that Buffy has some bullshit about the way that she sees herself as extremely capable. And other people maybe do not keep up. And maybe she cannot trust other people because they're not that capable or because they're just bad people. And that also maybe feeds into Buffy's, like, weird morality. I mean, weird, strict morality of, like, people are evil, like, vampires are evil because they don't have a soul, so fuck them. Like, black and white, you don't have to care about them, fuck them. Just kill them. And that's why she definitely didn't believe that Spike loved her or care about her in any way, because Spike was a soulless vampire, so fuck him. Like, he doesn't get to be that because that doesn't fit within Buffy's view of the world. But then she admits in this episode, it's like, actually, he did love me. He did care about me. In his own weird, twisted, soulless way, he did. And I denied him that. And she doesn't have to ever agree to anything, but she just straight up denied that was ever a possibility. She stopped him at the door and was like, no, you're a lie. I don't trust you. But, like, I think that connects very well. And the fact that, like, Buffy doesn't fully trust people who, even if they might be honest, she just sees them as all their potential, like, red flags. So she doesn't allow herself to fully connect. Maybe. And she hates that about herself. She hates that about the fact, like, she hates that she sees other people for their flaws and she sees herself as above them. And she hates that. And she feels alone as a result. I'm too good for my own good, and I hate that I am good because I feel superior and I hate that I feel superior. I guess I hate that I have such a big ego on some level. And that makes sense. Like, because like at the end of the day, Buffy's alone. And that's something that we zeroed in on that therapy session. It's that Buffy's alone. She's alone in being the Slayer. Nobody else gets what it's like to be that. But at the same time, she's alone in how she judges the world. Because Buffy sees herself as like the police, you know? She sees herself as the only law in the world of the supernatural demons and stuff. So Buffy has to be, I guess, like the impartial judge, which is a lonely role to have. Nobody else gets to have that role. And you don't listen to anyone else for what they say. You just go and do it. But that means that you are putting yourself and your opinion above others, which is very lonely and it's arrogant. And you hate that you're being so lonely and you hate that you're being so arrogant. It's a mess. It's a cocktail of messes. And I love that we explore that in this episode. It's so good. I feel like if I rewatch this episode, I can probably grab more stuff from what was said about Buffy and make an even more in-depth character analysis on Buffy Summers. But I'm not going to do that. I don't think so. I think I said a lot of shit. And I could probably go longer, but I don't know what like, if I look for it, I can find more stuff. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm hungry and I'm just going to go make a food or something. And I'm going to sit with this episode. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to talk about it later. But right now, I think I want to sit with this episode. This is an episode I feel really good about sitting with and thinking about it. It's crazy to go from the like silly jacket previous episode into this. This is crazy. This is such a good episode. Okay, I think this is going to be it for this. Again, like I said, I'm hungry. I'm just going to go get some food and spend the rest of my day doing my stuff. And I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think about this episode. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to, if I have anything else to say, I'll probably record something else and add to it at the right here. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to end the episode here. Okay, and then that's going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Buffy. It was good. It was really good. It was like great episode. I love this episode. I straight up do. It's like one of my favorites I've had in a long time. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in for this. See you next time. Bye. But if you would like to watch the next couple episodes of Buffy as well as indie watch-alongs, you can do it over at the Patreon. Support the channel. Check out the other stuff I do. Link to the screen below. Social media, cool stuff. See you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.